Hi my friends, it's Marta here. Unfortunately, my voice stopped working today, right? Just like 1 hour ago, I wake up from a nap and this is how I'm sounding. I thought it was just gonna go away quickly, but it's not, and I don't wanna leave you without anything because I promise you the live classes here. So I'm gonna make a quick video instead. I have a very fun idea, so if you have circle dice, then hop on and I hope you're gonna enjoy it. Let's start the video. So I'm starting from taking two 6x6 card bases. You could use one card base and a piece of the cardstock, but I've decided to go a little bit shortcut because I'm trying to make this video quick. So I will be, posting it on the time. And what I did, I score 4 inches, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then half an inch. So that will create me 4 sides of the pillar and 1 little flap. And now I am just like, the bursting this scoring line, just making sure they're, reimbursed, and I'm adding a glue to this little flap. Once the adhesive is there, I am closing it. Again, I'm using my bone folder just to add some pressure, and this little pillar is done. What I'm gonna do, I will mark 1 inch from the card, from the top edge of the card, to add this circular die and create aperture. But before I'm gonna do so, I actually decided to add some decorative paper on top of my card. This way I won't have to cut through both layers separately and try to marry them up, so they're gonna be nice and neat. I'm using the Gemini die cutting machine, so my machine will cut through both layers, no problem. But if you're doing the manual die cutting machine, if you send it through your sandwich, just roll it back and forth twice, and I'm sure that will cut through both layers, no problem. The Gemini machine is a little bit powerful because it's electric machine, so it's cutting nicely within one pass. I add some double-sided tape to this little piece and a dash of the glue to the corners to help me wiggle it a little bit. And once I am happy with the placement, I am just taking off the release paper. Now, what I will have to do, I need to establish this center of the card point, which is 1 inch down from the top edge. I'm going to use the scoring board because it's going to be a little bit easier. And these card bases, they are actually not exactly 6 inches, they're 5 inches and 3/4. So my line will be at 2 inches and 7/8. And then I am placing my ruler on 1 inch mark, and I will mark exactly in the central point, 1 inch away from that middle point, 1 inch down from the top edge. So now I am placing my circle die on this paper, and as I've mentioned, I'm doing this little shortcut rather than trying to cut aperture on a card and then cut another one on the top layer. I will just cut them both at the same time, and everything will be matching perfectly because it's already adhered together. I'm securing this die very well, so it's not going to be move on me. And once I will take it out, I have this beautiful aperture card, which is already dressed up with the design paper on front. I am using eraser to get rid of those pencil mark, and now I will attach my pillar to the inside of the card, and that will create the pop-up element for us. I'm adding the glue to the one side only, and I am pressing it as close to the edge, and I'm folding the card. And once the glue will catch on one side, I am adding a little bit of the glue to the other pillar side, but on the side which is closer to the scoring line. I'm folding it, I'm using the bone folder, make sure everything, grip nicely. And once I open up, I have this super easy, quick pop-up pillar to add my pop-up element. So what I'm gonna do next, I will add a circle to this little pillar, and that will be creating that pop-up element, which will be fun because it's gonna be visible on the front of the card, and also once you open up the card it will still be there. So it's something a little bit different to create this nice and interesting look to your card. I've cut another circle which is exactly the same size, but it's from this purple color because I wanted to have a nice like pop-up like of the color in the central point, which will help the element to stand out even more. I've placed this white piece right as it should be, and I am using my ruler to help me to decide where I should put my adhesive. So it's gonna be around 1 inch mark, but doing it with the ruler is just making sure I'm just exactly with the glue what I needed. And I'm placing this piece first, and then I will add the second purple piece on top of that. And as you can see, it's very, very easy to do. It doesn't require any specific tools apart from the circle dies, but you could do it with any other shape as well. For example, you have to do like a anniversary or a wedding card, you could do exactly the same thing using the heart shape or oval shape, whatever is in your mind. Now I need to get rid of those masking tape strips without tearing my paper because I want to reuse it to cut another element. So I've decided to blow a little bit of the hot air on it, so to help to release the glue. This way I never had any trouble that any piece of the masking tape will destroy my design paper. And I am placing a one size smaller circle inside of this larger one to cut it. So this way I will have element which I will glue on top of the purple one, and that will give me this nice like a purple border all around the area. And again, I use the masking tape. It's quite strong, but I have a whole box of them. I've bought it one time, so I'm just using what I have. And now, as you can see here, once I glue it, I can also marry up the design, so the design will be looking like continuous pattern. It doesn't really matter because I'm still gonna have some other bits here in the central point, and it's not gonna be as visible. But if you had the design paper, you would be cutting it from the same design paper. You can marry it up perfectly, so that will be given a nice and interesting look as well. I've decided to raise this element a little bit, and for that I'm using this 1mm foam tape, and I am just placing it right in the center of the circle. And because we use the purple paper, it creates a really nice dimensional look. And here is this fun pop-up element, so whenever you open up the card you will see it as well. Now it's time for me to decide which elements I want to use, and I had like 5 minutes thinking, taking out all the sentiments from the set. So I just skipped that part, and once I've chosen my elements, I am now putting it all together, so we will be looking nice. I've decided to use one of those wreath elements from the collection. This is a spring awaiting collection, and I am adding the foam tape all around this wreath, so that will give it this nice dimension to the element. I'm using the hot glue, making sure everything is nice and neat. I could do it a little bit neater, but with the hot glue, once I press it down, it will just, stay flat. So I'm not too much bother. And because I'm just feeling like, oh, it's gonna be 6 o'clock soon, I just want to make sure that the video will be out on time. Then I am adding this just for you, and this is from another element from the spring awaiting collection. I just use a tiny little like a circle die to cut it out. Now I'm just gonna dress it up. I'm also reaching for 2 of the sentiments from the birthday sentiment set. So this one is also on the page, and I will give you the links down below for anyone who is interested. I hope that it's not too much trouble, and I'm really really apologizing you for my voice. Not sure what's happened. I don't feel like I'm ill. I don't feel like I have a sore throat, but for some reason my vocal cords is just like doesn't sound, normally. So I'm not sure. I hope it will just go away quickly, and if not, I'll may just see a doctor on a Monday. But I'm once again, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to leave you without any video, so that's why I've decided to record something, so we could all watch it together. Hopefully it will load by the time the live classes will be on, and I will move my classes to the next week, so that will be next Saturday. Here you can see how the cards is open up, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, please don't forget to subscribe, to give a like, and say hi in a comment. Stay blessed, my friends, and bye bye.